Hello and welcome to another edition of European Football Adda. We have been following our startup to the Euro 2024, and so far we have covered the group stages, the first four groups. Today, in this episode, we will be covering Group E and F. And in my theory, both of these groups are pretty light. I think we have covered some of the heavy set groups in the first two editions. If you have not seen our previous group previews, I will put a link to them in this video. Do check on that. But Group E and Group F are our final set of groups. And today, again, we have Krishnendu um, along with us and Shomajit for this preview. So, Group E consists of Belgium, Slovakia, Romania, and Ukraine. Belgium steps into this Euro 2024 with a robust qualifying performance. They have secured their spot without a single loss and has a strong offense. And under the guidance of Domenico Tedesco, even though Italy team has been not a firm favorite amongst the bookies, Italian tacticians are a firm favorite amongst a lot of um, national federations. So Marco Rossi is managing the Hungarian team, and Domenico Tedesco is managing the Belgium team since Roberto Martinez left. So under Domenico Tedesco, they would aim to surpass the quarterfinal achievement or the ceiling that they have hit in the last two Euros. And the team has a blend of experienced players and youthful talents and positions from a very formidable contender overall for the tournament. Slovakia, this is one of those tournaments where both the Czech Republic and Slovakia will get covered. Slovakia carries the legacy of Czechoslovakia's 1976 triumph, and their journey to Euro 2024 has been marked by a decisive victory over Iceland, which highlighted their resilience and team spirit. Slovakia's blend of domestic and international players brings a balanced mix to this group stage. Romania returns to the Euro stage after missing the previous tournament with a commendable qualifying campaign. Their past performance in Euro 2000, where they reached the quarterfinals, remains their high point. The current squad is eager to make an impact and brings a mix of seasoned players and emerging talents. And finally, we have the feel-good story, probably Ukraine, who have secured their spot through playoffs and demonstrates the resilience and tactical acumen under Sergei Rebrov. Rebrov, if you know, was once upon a time the more prominent guy to Shevchenko in the Dynamo Kiev teams of 96, 97, 98. Ukraine's recent history includes a quarterfinal appearance in Euro 2020, and they have a very good potential to challenge any team on their day. So let me come to Krishnendu first. Krishnendu, overall, Group E seems to be a little underwhelming given the other groups which are filled with heavyweights or teams with a lot of um, heritage and prestige amongst them. Belgium is a huge title contender, and the rest of it will fight for the second spot. Is that the correct reading?
Yeah, Belgium are the overwhelming favorites to win this group. Belgium hasn't lost a game again under Tedesco. He has managed 14 games. They have won 10 and 4 draws. So they haven't lost a game. So, and they have been playing some very good football under Tedesco. Tedesco, I was looking at his career. An Italian coach who has never coached in Italy. It's a little weird. He made his name in Germany, then went to Russia, and then he's in Belgium. It's a very weird career path that he has, but he's a talented young coach, and he has done some. It's done a good job, considering the last manager that Belgium had was Spanish Roberto Martinez, who I call the Spanish Gareth Southgate, because he had probably the most talented group of Belgian footballers at his disposal. They were the world #1 team, and they didn't win anything. So Belgium are the overwhelming favorites. There is no doubt about it.
So let me ask another thing. Whenever we talk about Belgium, that two-word made most famous by the English team of circa 2004, 2006, golden
generation
comes to the mind. Is this still a golden generation, or is this
who
the
are left of the golden? Who are last? Romelu Lukaku, Kevin De Bruyne. These are two left. Two other players who are left from the golden generation of Belgian footballers.
so you can say
No,
we can say these are the
they are
leftover golden generation.
left of the gold. They're basically it's a new team, completely new team. There is no Jan Vertonghen. There is no Alderweireld. I'm
No,
not sure where
Vertonghen is
Axel
there.
Witsel.
37, trust me, 37-year-old Vertonghen is still there.
Vertonghen is still there. Oh,
Yes.
unbelievable.
Yes.
Then there is a problem in the defensive depth of the Belgian squad. If Vertonghen is still playing in the national team. So that's a leftover golden generation. But I think this team has the potential. They have some very talented footballers. They still have, but they need to make sure that Lukaku doesn't block any goals of their own. It's very important that to make sure of that. And yeah, under Tedesco, they have been playing some good football, but I do not believe they are title contenders. They might go to the semifinals if the draw falls on their the draw is lucky. But I don't think they are able to win the European Championship. But they will definitely win this group. They'll win 3 out of the 3 games and qualify handsomely.
So, Shobhajit, is Kevin De Bruyne the most gifted player of this generation who has not won anything with his country?
So I think Kevin De Bruyne is definitely one of the leading players in that category who hasn't won any international honors. But I think some of the Brazilian talents will also probably figure there, right? They have been pretty underwhelming.
But I think they would have won a Copa here and there.
So I think I think there would be some Brazilians who will give him a good company. And then, of course, there is another player who is not probably a player, but in his position, one of the best in the world who hasn't won anything internationally. That is Virgil van Dijk.
Yeah.
Okay. Virgil van Dijk evokes some fond memories. Belgium here has 4 players who have over 100 caps. Lukaku is closing upon 100 goals. He's an 85 right now. I think if he plays another 4-5 years, he could very well get that maximum goals scored record. There are also 3 guys who have more than 50 caps: Thomas Munier, Yuri Tillemans, Yannick Carrasco. So overall, this is a pretty experienced team, and these are all first team players. Do you think this team has got the blend of experience and youth correct, Shobhajit?
No, so I think what we were discussing earlier. So this Belgian generation is they have had their chance. So what I can see, I mean, they will definitely miss Courtois in goal, and their goalkeeping options are not at that level at all. And their defense, at one point of time, uh, they had multiple defenders playing in top clubs. Right now, I think their defense is also a little uh, weak. Jan Vertonghen has obviously he's quite old now, and the other defenders are pretty new at this level of international football. They do have a good midfield, and their attack is also pretty decent. I can see Openda, Charlie Ketelere, Jeremy Doku, Trossard. All these players are pretty much in form. And obviously, Romelu Lukaku will be there as a factor. He will definitely play now. How he contributes remains to be seen. But I don't think this really has the perfect blend of anything. Defense and goalkeeping is weak. Midfield is okay. Attack seems to be good if people click. But they are probably lucky to be in one of the weaker groups.
I think Belgium will play counter-attacking football because they have this Jeremy Doku and Dodi Lukebakio, two very fast wingers. And since their defense is a little weak against the better teams, I think Tedesco will look to keep his defense safe, keep them as much protection as possible, and then try to hit the other team on counter-attacks. And as Tedesco has said, counter-attack is a weapon for them because they have two very fast wingers.
And one player I would keep an eye on is Johan Bakayoko. So these days it is not very common to discover youngsters in the international stage because club football is so well covered in the media as well as social media. But Johan Bakayoko is an emerging talent. He plays in the Dutch league, which is not very high profile. He could be, I mean, if he gets the opportunities, because the Belgian front line is pretty strong, probably the strongest part of their squad. But if he gets opportunities, he might be one of those quote unquote discoveries of this tournament.
Good, good. We will keep an eye out on him. Uh, Taking an eye along the other three teams, Slovakia has the very experienced and a very sturdy Milan Skriniar as the captain, the PSG defender who made his name as an Inter Milan defender, will lead his team. There is also Juraj Kuka, who is well known on the Serie A circuit. Napoli's Stanislav Lobotka, who is a great midfield dynamo. Um, and then there are a couple of Sparta Prague or Slovan Bratislava strikers like Lukas Araslin or David Strelek, who would be, spearheading their attack. If I look at Romania, Romania will be led by Nicolas Stanciu. And then there is, I don't see many big names here. Radu Dragosin of Tottenham. And then there's Marius Marin from Cagliari, Rizwan Marin from Empoli. So pretty much, small time players. There's one George Puskas from Bari. He's also in that team. And then finally, we have the Ukraine team. Krishnan, how highly do you rate this Ukraine team? Do you really think they can actually reach the quarterfinals like 2020 and go beyond?
They will definitely reach the last 16 because they are the second strongest team in this lineup. They have some very interesting players. Mykhailo Mudryk, if anybody has watched the Premier League over the last, if anybody has watched the Premier League over the last season, they would know Mykhailo Mudryk has done nothing in the Chelsea shirt. So if we are going to look at Mudryk as a Chelsea player who's going to play, no, he's not done anything to suggest that he's going to explode in this tournament. But yeah, there are some interesting players. They will definitely make the last 16 because we are the second strongest team in this group and by far the second strongest team in the group. However, I do not think they are going to make semifinals. I don't see that happening. Of course, the luck of the draw, they face one of the third place teams or they face one of the weaker top teams from the other group. There's a chance, of course. But semifinals, no. Maximum they could go to the quarterfinals. That's the limit. That's
Okay.
the limit. But in my opinion, last 16 is where they will get out.
Okay. So what's your prediction for Group E?
Belgium will handsomely qualify. Second, Ukraine, and Slovakia third.
Okay. Shomodip?
So yeah, same. Belgium will qualify handsomely, probably win all their games. I think Ukraine also is probably a bit lucky to be in this group because I think in some of the other groups they might even have ended.
Struggled to qualify.
Sorry.
They would have struggled to qualify in some other groups.
Yes, they would have ended at the bottom of some of the other groups. Uh, One interesting thing about this group is I think Romania is a pretty weak team compared to international standards. So if Slovakia can beat them, they will be on 3 points. And I think with 3 points, they have a fair chance of qualifying as one of the best third place teams. So that will be something to look out for.
Right. I do think Belgium and Ukraine will win all their matches, except for Belgium versus Ukraine, which Belgium will win. Slovakia and Romania, whoever finishes on 3 points, it will be a tough fight because I think goal difference will not be a positive for them. So I
Hmm.
again do not think a third place team from this group will go through. If it does, then maybe Slovakia, if they can pull off a I mean, 4 points will guarantee you a third spot, but qualification. But 3 points, you're dicey with the goal differences. Now let us go to the final group, Group F, where we meet Turkey, another team which has an Italian manager. Vincenzo Montella is managing Turkey. Turkey has shown resilience in qualifying and topping their group. They have a blend of seasoned players and young talents, and they aim to surpass recent group stage exits. Georgia is playing for the first time, and this is the historic occasion for them. So they'll be eager to make an impression, relying on teamwork and guidance of coach Willy Sagnol. Portugal under Roberto Martinez sailed through the qualifiers with a perfect record. With a mix of proven stars and emerging talents, this might be another year for Portugal to shine in the Euros. And Czech Republic secured their spot with some solid performances. Their team's blend of experience and youthful just positions them as probably a dark horse, capable of upsetting the balance. Again, a pretty straightforward group, Krishnendu.
Yeah, Portugal will handsomely qualify, and Portugal has just the best team in this trial. They are probably one of the three best teams of this tournament. Forget this group; they are probably one of the three best teams of the tournament. So Portugal will definitely qualify from this group. Turkey, yeah, Turkey. I'm interested in watching Hakan Çalhanoğlu, your favorite player, in action in this tournament, because he was this attacking midfielder who has been reinvented into a deep lying number 6 by Simona Inzaghi, and he's playing the same role for Turkey too. So I'm interested in watching Çalhanoğlu perform. And Turkey again, Turkey will qualify from this group. They do have quality in their squad. They have Çalhanoğlu in their team, and yeah, this is a very straightforward group. But yeah, another player I really want to watch in this tournament is that very difficultly named Napoli player, Quara. I call him Quara. I just call him Quara. Picha Kvaratskhelia. I'm interested in watching Quara play because as he's a winger, this might be his last chance to play as a winger for the next season, because he will play under Antonio Conte and he might return into a wing back again.
Yeah.
So this might be one of the last opportunities for him to play as a winger. And Georgia, if they get if they can get a draw against either Turkey or a Portugal, maybe Turkey, they have a good chance of getting a draw against Turkey. They can get a draw against Turkey, get that point, and beat Czech Republic. They have a chance of qualifying as one of the third best teams in this round.
Shobhajit, what do you make of Georgia, Czech, and Turkey's challenge in this group? Portugal, we are all
I think
sure that Portugal is winning this group.
I think Turkey will comfortably get second spot from this. They have a impressive line of players this time. Typically, they have been disappointing in the last few tournaments, but I think this time they will make an impact. They will end second.
Well, I feel given what I mean, a little bit that I know about Montella, I feel that this is Portugal's group to lose. I mean, Portugal, if they somehow bungle the top position in this group also, then they don't deserve anything. I strongly feel Czech Republic will come second because they are one of those teams who will punch way ahead of their cumulative strength. They're a very well-knit side, and this team has some of the players. I mean, if you look at the players in Czech Republic, it doesn't come through as a very fashionable, but they are all playing in big leagues. So we have West Ham's Vladimir Kofal, we have Hoffenheim's David Jurasek, we have Fiorentina's Antonin Barak, we have West Ham's Thomas Susek, Bayer Leverkusen's two players, Adam Lozek and Patrick Schick. Patrick Schick of that goal, if you remember. I strongly feel that team will go through again, Czech Republic, and it will be a shootout between Quara and Çalhanoğlu. And I will strongly, without any kind of my bias coming in, say that Kvaratskhelia will probably score the winning goal, and Georgia will probably go through as a third place team.
The thing with Turkey, one red herring about Turkey is Turkey are very prone to defensive errors. Like they do have a good attack, they have a good midfield, but they have this. They have suffered some very bad defeats in friendlies and qualifiers. There's a 6-1 defeat against Austria where everything went wrong. There's a 3-0, there's a 3-1. So of course, if they have a bad day against Georgia or Czech Republic, so there could be a shock result.
So this is how the group spans. First day is Turkey versus Georgia, Portugal versus Czech Republic. Imagine
Turkey versus Georgia will decide this group.
Imagine you get 2 draws in that game. Okay, in those 2 games,
Portugal will definitely beat. Portugal, I don't see Portugal. Too many good players.
Okay, fine. Then Georgia versus Czech Republic and Turkey versus Portugal. So Turkey are going down to Portugal on the second match day. And they're coming up against Czech Republic on the last match day. I do feel strongly that if Turkey doesn't start well against Georgia, it's done. And I strongly back Quara, who is probably the most skillful player from Eastern Europe in recent times. I strongly back him. What is your prediction for the group stage, Krishnendu?
I am still backing Portugal and Turkey to go through, and I believe Georgia has the quality to get enough points to be one of the third place teams to qualify.
Okay. So that's the 6 groups that we have covered so far. Do let us know if you would like any special preview of any special team, particular team. We will come back with another prediction round, which will be where we talk about our predictions for the tournament, and then after that we will cover each round of matches rather than each match. So we'll come back after every round finishes.